Right, it is Friday, June 5th, day 133 on the Appalachian Trail. I'm about to go up over Moosilauke, which is a 4,800 foot first 4K mountain in the White Mountains. So let's get this day started. See you down the trail. Alright, going up over our first bridge today. This one looks solidly built. Oh, get those legs moving. Step down here. Alright. It's a beautiful morning. Should be some great views up on the top today. See you guys down the trail. Alright, here we are. Going over our second bridge. There's upstream. We got a couple upstreams. Very beautiful. And then looking downstream. Alright, cool. See you down the trail. And we continue to head up. Oh. We're going to be climbing today. Alright, I'll show you more in a little bit. Beautiful spot on this Beaver Brook. Just gorgeous, cascading down this mountain. Very cool. Alright, see you down the trail. Alright, we're starting to climb up the rock slab and blocks bolted into the rock up the waterfall. Yeah. Wow. That's gorgeous. There's Preacher. He's right ahead of me. I don't know if you can see him or not. I'll put this down for a second. See down. There's Preacher. He's up ahead of me. We're both hiking this, but here's the blocks. It makes steps for you in case the rock is slippery. You can get purchase on something. Whew, all right, gotta put this down. I got some hiking to do. See you down the trail. All right, we continue up the stone steps and nailed in block. Wow. There's another waterfall. Just gorgeous. Alright, put this wedge in. See it on the trail. Look at that. Gorgeous waterfall. Coming down here. That's where we came up. Alright, see it on the trail. Oh man, this waterfall just keeps on tumbling. Wow. Just gorgeous. There's a stream there. It carries on down. Alright, see it on the trail. Great shot of those falls. Beautiful. See it on the trail. Got some more wood steps navigated. See when I get to the top. Alright, these rocks and wood steps just keep going up. I don't know how close we are to the top, but probably got a ways to go yet. Whew. Look at these things. Alright, I got some climbing to do. See you on the trail. Alright, we made it up that section. Let's keep hiking down the trail. Okay, we continue to follow this Beaver Brook waterfall up the mountain, but look at behind me. Wow. See if I can zoom in. Oh, I gotta stop. Oh, don't do that. I'm gonna get lipstick. Hold on, I gotta stop for a second. All right, that's where we're going tomorrow. That's the ridge we're running on the day after. That's Franconia Ridge. Oh, we gotta work our way over there. All right, see you down the trail. All right, we're entering the Beaver Brook Shelter area. It's just up the trail. I still have about 1,800 feet of climb left, about 3 miles to get to the summit of Mount Moosilauke. Just taking a quick break here, and we'll see you down the trail. All right, we got to a point on trail where at least we can walk a little bit. Oh, underneath that tree. Oh, I leveled off a little bit. I don't know if we got more ups yet, but whoo, that was a climb. Wow. You see it taking my mid layer off. I'm sweating now. Okay. I'll see you when we get to the top. Alright, so by that sign, we've only done 1.5 miles this morning. Wow. Seemed like a lot farther than that. This is the Beaver Brook Shelter. You see the sign there, and there. In the distance is the shelter. Alright, see you guys down the trail. Alright, here's another sign on the way up the north slope of Moosilauke. Alright, see you down the trail. Alright, so this is the trail down the lodge. And this is the AT, north and south. And we're heading south over Moosilauke today, slack packing. Whoo boy! Alright, see you down the trail. Look, we've got to a spot on the trail where we're actually stepping on dirt. Oh, that's a nice feeling. Wow. Whoo, a little bit of cruisy trail after all that work. I don't know how much farther we got to go to the top, but maybe a mile or so. Alright, I'm gonna keep stepping on down this cruisy trail. See you down the trail. Here's a cool little section we're going down along this cliff edge. As you can see up there, I think that's the top of Moosilauke we got to get to yet. Going down there. And then there's other peaks out that way. It's hard to see through the trees, but or on this camera, but I can see them. Whew, alright, we're getting there. See you down the trail. Alright, got water dripping off the rocks here. Leaking through the moss. Alright, keep on trucking. Here's a little side view. Heading up to the top of Moosilauke. Zoom in. Alright, see you down the trail. And that is the top of Moosilauke. I can see the sign and the cairn at the top. And that's where it is up from me. Alright, see you down the trail. Alright, we're 0.4 from the top. And keep heading south on the Appalachian Trail, moving north. Slack packing Mount Moosilauke. Alright, see you down the trail. Alright, here we go. We're coming up into the Alpine Zone. Top of Mount Moosilauke. Cairns are showing you the way. Ooh, it's a little cool up here. Breeze is blowing as we're doing all that sweat. Alright, I'll show you when I get to the top. Turned around, look at the view behind. Wow. Just gorgeous. And this is where we're going. Up here. Alright, see you on the trail. Alright, Shay, here's a look at my legs. 360 view from the top of Mount Moosilauke. What do you think? Is that beautiful? All the way around. Alright, see you down the trail. Alright, here we are at the top of Mount Moosilauke. Wow. I don't know. Pretty nice view. There was a lot of work getting up here, but wow, was it worth it? Alright, see you down the trail. Alright, there's a nice river down there. There's a trail where we're going. There's looking over in the distance. Alright, see it on the trail. Shay, this is called a cairn. It marks your way along the trail. So they stack these rocks up in a pile, and hikers can see them in the distance and know where the next spot on the trail is. So that's what they call it, a cairn. See it on the trail. Here's a cool little section of trail. Nice dirt path through these stunted pine trees at this elevation. It's real pleasant walking through this, and easy, no rock hopping. Black flies are thick in here though. A little bit of rock hopping. All right, see it on the trail. We're split off down towards High Street, following the AT south. All right, see it on the trail. Look at this. I've done 1,800 miles on the Appalachian Trail. Isn't that cool? All right, see it on the trail. All right, this is the recap for day 133, Friday, June 5th. Slack pack southbound over Mount Moosilauke today, did 9.3 miles and ended at mile 1805.6. So 1,800 miles on the AT has been achieved now. Wow. But what a great day. My first 4K mountain in the White Mountains. It was beautiful. The views are awesome. The climb was what it is, right? And coming down was hard too. But wow, this is going to be, I got flies everywhere, but this is going to be really fun. White Mountains, here we come. All right, see y'all down the trail.